Welcome to Just Google It, Bro. Today, we're diving into one of the biggest myths on the internet, that incognito mode actually hides your online activity. Billions use it daily, believing it grants true privacy. But is that really the case? In this video, we'll break down what incognito mode does, what it doesn't do, who can still see your activity, and the real story behind a multi-billion-dollar lawsuit against Google. By the end, you'll never look at that gray incognito icon the same way again. Let's get started and uncover the truth about private browsing. Let's start by clarifying what incognito mode actually does. When you open an incognito or private browsing window, your browser stops saving your browsing history on your device. This means anyone who picks up your phone or laptop later won't see which sites you visited. It also doesn't save cookies after you close the window, so websites can't remember you through stored files. Plus, it forgets anything you typed into forms or search boxes during that session. These features are genuinely useful, but only in specific situations and only on your device. Incognito mode's limited protection can be genuinely helpful. For example, if you're using a shared family computer and want to search for a birthday gift without spoiling the surprise, incognito keeps your browsing private from others using the same device. It's also handy if you want to check a website without being logged into your account, or if you're booking flights and want to avoid price hikes based on your previous searches. But remember, this protection only exists on your device. Once your data leaves your device, incognito mode offers no shield. Here's the critical point. Incognito mode only protects your privacy on your own device. The moment your data leaves your device and travels across the internet, incognito mode does absolutely nothing to protect you. Your browsing activity can still be seen by others, and this is where most people get it wrong. The belief that incognito mode makes you invisible online is simply not true. Let's look at exactly who can still see your activity, even when you think you're browsing privately. Even in incognito mode, there are three main parties who can see your online activity. First, your internet service provider (ISP) can see every website you visit, every search you make, and every file you download. Second, the websites you visit still receive your IP address and can track your actions on their servers. Third, if you're on a work or school network, administrators can monitor all your traffic in real time. Incognito mode only hides your activity from others using your device, not from these powerful observers. Your internet service provider is the company that connects you to the internet. Every bit of data you send or receive passes through their servers. Incognito mode doesn't change this at all. Your ISP can see every website you visit and every search you make, regardless of whether you're in private browsing mode. In many countries, ISPs are even required by law to record and store this data for government access if requested. So if you thought incognito mode hid your activity from your ISP, think again. When you visit a website in incognito mode, that website still receives your IP address, which identifies your device and general location. The website knows you visited, what you clicked, and how long you stayed. Incognito mode only prevents your browser from saving a local record, but the website's own servers keep a record of your visit. This means your activity is still visible to the sites you visit, even if it's not saved on your device. If you're using a work or school computer, or even just their Wi-Fi network, your employer or institution can see every website you visit. Network administrators have powerful tools that monitor all traffic passing through their network in real time. Incognito mode is invisible to these tools. It only affects your local browser history, not the network traffic that their monitoring systems are watching. So, don't assume you're hidden from your boss or school just because you're in private mode. A 2018 study found that most people wrongly believed incognito mode prevented websites from seeing their activity. This gap between what people think and what's actually true is enormous. Many users assume that private browsing means total privacy, but as we've seen, that's far from reality. Understanding this difference is crucial for anyone who cares about online privacy. Let's look at a real-world example that shows how serious this misunderstanding can be. In 2020, a group of users filed a lawsuit against Google, claiming the company was secretly collecting their data even when they browsed in Chrome's Incognito mode. The users argued that Google's advertising and analytics tools, embedded across millions of websites, continue to track their behavior regardless of Incognito mode. This lawsuit highlights just how widespread the confusion about private browsing really is. In response, Google pointed out that the Incognito mode warning screen clearly states your activity may still be visible to websites you visit, your employer or school, and your ISP. Google argued that users were informed of these limitations every time they opened an incognito window. The real issue: almost nobody actually reads that warning screen carefully. This case shows how important it is to understand what private browsing really means. The lawsuit was settled in 2024, with Google agreeing to delete billions of data records collected from incognito users and to provide clearer disclosures about what incognito mode actually does. The settlement was valued at around $5 billion, making it one of the largest privacy settlements in Internet history. This entire case existed because of a gap between what people believed and what was actually happening. Google's own incognito warning screen has always stated that your activity is not hidden from your ISP or the websites you visit. The information was there all along, but almost nobody read it. This highlights how easy it is for myths and misunderstandings to spread, even when the facts are right in front of us. Always take a moment to read those little warnings. They might surprise you. So what do you actually need if you want real privacy online? Incognito mode alone isn't enough. To truly protect your online activity, you need to use additional tools and strategies. Let's look at 3 practical solutions: VPNs, privacy-focused browsers, and private search engines. Each of these offers a different layer of protection that goes far beyond what incognito mode can provide. A virtual private network, or VPN, encrypts all the data leaving your device and routes it through a server in another location before it reaches the internet. This means your ISP can see that you're connected to a VPN server, but can't see which websites you're visiting or what data you're sending. It's a much stronger form of privacy protection than incognito mode. However, remember that the VPN provider itself can see your traffic, so always choose a trustworthy provider with a clear no-logs policy. Browsers like Firefox with privacy extensions, or the Brave browser, are built with user privacy as a top priority. They block tracking scripts, fingerprinting attempts, and advertising trackers by default, tools that follow you across the internet even in incognito mode. Using a privacy-focused browser offers much stronger day-to-day privacy than standard Chrome or Safari incognito windows. Search engines like DuckDuckGo and Brave Search don't track your searches or build a profile of your interests to sell to advertisers. Switching your default search engine is quick and easy, and it means your search history is no longer being recorded and analyzed. This is a simple but powerful step toward real online privacy. To sum up, incognito mode is a useful tool for keeping your browsing off your local device, but it doesn't make you invisible online. For real privacy, you need to use tools like VPNs, privacy-focused browsers, and private search engines. Understanding the difference between local privacy and network privacy is key to protecting yourself online. Don't rely on myths. Know the facts and take control of your digital footprint. Let's define incognito mode clearly. Incognito mode, also known as private browsing, is a browser feature that prevents your browsing history, cookies, and form data from being saved on your device. It's designed for local privacy, not for hiding your activity from websites, ISPs, or network administrators. Understanding this core concept is crucial for making informed decisions about your online privacy. A VPN, or virtual private network, is a service that encrypts your internet traffic and routes it through a secure server in another location. This hides your browsing activity from your ISP and anyone else monitoring your network. However, your VPN provider can still see your activity, so it's important to choose a reputable provider with a strict no-logs policy. VPNs are a key tool for anyone seeking real online privacy. Tracking and profiling refer to the ways websites and advertisers collect data about your online behavior to build a profile of your interests, habits, and preferences. This data is often used to target you with personalized ads or content. Incognito mode does not stop this tracking. Only privacy-focused tools and browsers can help reduce your digital footprint and protect your personal information. In summary, we've explored why incognito mode doesn't truly hide your online activity. We covered what it does, protecting your local device history, and what it doesn't do, like hiding your activity from ISPs, websites, or network administrators. We discussed the real-world Google lawsuit that exposed the widespread misunderstanding, and we looked at practical tools for real privacy. Remember, the gray spy icon is just a local privacy tool, not an invisibility cloak for the internet.